What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to episode number 31 of the Ultimate Team. At the end of the last episode guys, at the end of the second to last episode, I actually sold the BPL team, and as you can see here, all of them eventually sold. I made around 500 coins profit on each one. Balotelli didn't make any profit on at all, but for the rest of them I made between 300 and 500 on average. A few of them sold for a few more than that and made 600, 700 or 800 coins profit. Maybe sold that team a bit prematurely, but you guys wanted me to change some teams around, and a lot of people have been recommending a Bundesliga team. So that's exactly what I went out and bought. The only difference in this Bundesliga team is I have got Podolski as the cam. The reason why I did that is because I do like pace, and I do feel like pace is a very important factor in Ultimate Team, and the other cams that were available to me just weren't fast enough, and I didn't really like them. I didn't really spot anyone that I looked at and thought, yeah, they're going to play awesome. So I got Podolski, and because of the German links, he obviously gets 9 chemistry as well. Now we've got Thomas Müller as the other cam with a pretty decent pace but a very good shot. And then up front we've got Marco Reus and Svine. Now Svine is one of those players that people rave about. I see all over Twitter people saying he's the strongest striker in the game, or one of the most overpowered strikers in the game. And for me, that obviously that hit my radar. And when looking at him, you know, he's got crazy good pace. He's got a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves, as has Marco Reus. You know, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. Sorry, S1 only has 3-star skill moves, not 4-star skill moves, but he does have that 4-star weak foot. And I think with that BPL team that I showed you, it's pretty important that you have 4 and 5-star weak foot players, especially in the attack and midfield, because it makes a huge difference in my opinion, and definitely helps the team. Now the fitness on some of these players wasn't the best, so for the next game I actually picked the Brazilian team again. The defenders I got as well, by the way, Jerome Boateng is obviously very good, and Johan Juru has moved to the Bundesliga, and he's one of my favourite centre-backs for the BPL teams because he's ridiculously overpowered. He's got great height, great strength and great pace, and very good heading abilities. So for a centre-back, he's got all the sort of attributes that you're really looking for. I mean, his tackling is good, not great, but you know, everything else is very good. But yeah, so the fitness wasn't too great on these players, and I went and picked the Brazilian team and moved into the best of the best cup, and this is the team that I came up against. It's a very, very strong BPL team. He's got a great attack there with Hazard, Balotelli and Ben Arfa, a fantastic midfield with Juan Mata, Torre and Nasri, and his defence as well is very good. You know, he's got Kabul, who's another overpowered centre-back, and Vincent Kompany, and then he's got Walker and Clichy on as the fullbacks. Then he's got a bit of a weird goalkeeper with Julio Cesar in goal there. I could think of 3 or 4 BPL keepers off the top of my head that are very cheap and much better than Julio Cesar. But he's going to go with what he's going to go with, and straight off the kickoff he plays a passing move through the midfield. I do get a tackle but make a bad pass out to Yolo Torre, and Yolo Torre drills it from about 30 yards, and the keeper does get a touch but can only palm it into the back of the net, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, this game is very early on. We're still going to have a lot of time left. And I pick up the ball here just before half-time, and Emenike sends Carlos Eduardo through, and when the keeper comes out like this, it's very, very easy to round him and score, and because Carlos Eduardo is left-footed, I was always very, very confident that that was going to go in. A nice roulette just to take myself around the keeper there and finishing it off to make it 1-1 just before half-time, and that gave me the impetus and the edge, I guess, moving into half-time, and I came out in the second half, and a unlucky shot there that got saved, but I told you the keeper is just not good, and he gets caught napping, gets caught on the floor, way out of position, and Carlos Eduardo with his right foot half volley into the back of the net, and 2-1 is how that game finished. Now after that game guys, so that is the best of the best tournament. That's for 7,500 coins. Hopefully I can go on to win that, because that'll be a nice coin boost. But I do want to win Division 1. Now you obviously only get 10 games in each division, and you need 7 wins or 6 wins and 3 draws in Division 1 to pick up the title. And I've currently lost the first game. So I picked up this German team that I bought, and I thought, let me give these guys a try. I have got a silver team in 4-2-2 on my other account, and I really enjoy it. It's one of the best teams that I've used in this game. It's a silver Brazilian team. So I was expecting good things from this German team, especially because the amount of pace it's got. You know, it's got some skilled players with 4-star skills. It's got a lot of pace. The only negative thing about 4-2-2 is you've got a lack of width, and you get exposed down the wings. And this guy, obviously with Robinho and Palacio, has got very good wingers, and he dominated me in the first half. He scored goal after goal after goal, and I couldn't. That's what I just said, motherfucker. and I literally couldn't stop him from scoring, no matter where he shot from long range or short range, from corners, crosses, headers, you know, finesse shots, everything he did went into the back of the net. And you see by the half-time match stats there, I had 5 shots and 4 on target and hadn't scored. He had 6 shots and 6 on target and scored 5 goals. And there's nothing you can do about that when that happens during FIFA. And I did manage to pull one back with S. Vine there, scoring from a corner. But 5-1 was the final score. So we've now gone on to get a second loss in the league. And that's really bad because we need to win 7 of the next 8 games to get that division title. So what I did, guys, is I moved back into my Brazilian team because I feel way more comfortable with that. I'm going to use that German team in the cups before I move to using it in the league, just to get used to it first. And I came up against a guy with an insane team. Aguero and Torres up front. Mata, he had, you know, a very good hybrid. He had Thiago Silva in defence. He had one of the strongest defences I've seen, and he scores a goal with Juan Mata really early in the game, like 20 minutes in, and I thought, God, here we go again. You know, I just lost the game in Division 1. If I lose this game, it's basically good night. You know, like, I'm never going to win 7 in a row in this division, or I suppose I could, but it's highly unlikely, you know, because you come up against the best of the best in Division 1 usually. But I did pull one back with Enquiries. And that's the third time in this episode where I've gone one behind, and this time the second time where I pulled one back. And Wellington there with a diving header in the 51st minute. I think that said the 51st anyway, might have said the 61st. And that's a nice goal. And then we've got here, going down the left-hand side, doing some great work with... is that Robinho? I think that's Robinho, and then he passes it into Enquiries, who taps it in for an easy goal, and we go 3-1 up, and this is going to be my first 3 points in the division. But the guy does go down towards the back end of the game, and he pulls 1 goal back, and I'm thinking, please FIFA, don't let me concede again. I really wanted to defend the lead, so I got the ball far up the field as possible, gave it to Carlos Eduardo, and looked to try and keep the ball in the corner just to play out the time, and if he did win the ball and clear it, then you know, the whistle would have gone, but he left a massive opening. So I did a couple of skill moves inside, and Carlos Eduardo wraps it in the back of the net with his left foot to give me a 4-2 win and my first 3 points in a division. So hopefully we can build on this and go ahead and win that Division 1 title. As always, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to comment and like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.
Jizz.
It's not jizz.
It's jizz in my mouth.